Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today's sit a while for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 6 as part of the Ottawa Senators. So back on that time machine, back in 1996, we are in the month of March. Now prior to something happened, I started to record and I had to I tried to stop it and ended up stopping it. The game has autosave feature, so we are not on March 1st anymore, we're on March 2nd. So couple things to point out before we start looking at everything. First off, I made contract extension offers to Guy Hébert and Alexander Daigle. Hébert has been our starter this year. I was a little bit surprised by that, but he's been our starter, so I've been extending him, and Daigle has been doing okay, so I extended him as well. So we're gonna see what he does. Maybe he's gonna falter, maybe not, but he was asking for very little money, so I felt like I needed to go ahead and extend him, especially for the production that he's giving me right now. Then I looked at the trade market because we were 3 points out of a playoff spot. So I looked at the trade market. There wasn't really a whole lot. I'm mostly looking for offense. Maybe the most interesting player on the block was Robert Cron. I thought it was interesting, but they were asking for too much, and he's kind of old. Well, not old, but he's 29. So I didn't really want to go that route. So what I did is I shopped Craig Billington. I still had him under contract. I shopped Craig Billington and to see who I could get. And I got Randy McKay out of Colorado for him. So if we look at the... So if we look here, so we have Randy McKay. Of course, I'm not expecting for him to come and fill the net, but I do have some injuries up front. He's going to help fill the gap a little bit, so I sent Per Svartvadet back down, and he's going to come and fill in. So that's pretty much what happened. Now, we had a game against the Flyers. You can see on the bottom left, we lost that game 4-3. The Flyers is the team we're trying to catch in the standings. So we did lose that game 4-3, and it was a heartbreaker too, because Yashin tied it with like 31 seconds to go in the game, and then 12 seconds later they scored. And you know, that was it. We lost 4-3. Now I don't know what it's gonna look like. Prior to, you know, with what I scrapped on accident, we lost against the Devils, and then we lost against Pittsburgh as well. And then I was just about to play the game against Montreal, and then that's when I made the little blunder. I didn't cheat, I promise. That's really not my style. It just happened that way. So let's go ahead and take a look at the news here. I already know all of those news. I went through all of them already, but I'll go over them again so that you guys can see. So Barry Trotz is the one that's angry at the media coverage. The Oilers had two pretty good seasons prior, but this year they're kind of struggling. They're 23-35-5, so apparently the media is not happy with them. Andrew Castles had a really good game, a goal and 4 assists. So that's that, and then that was 18 straight games with a point. Teemu Selanne extends his goal streak to 5 games in that same game against the Whalers. Tony Amontes extends his goal streak to 5 games as well. Nice little streak. Mark Messier's assist streak ended at 8 games. Rod Brydon is unhappy with my work. He's unhappy that we're chasing for a playoff spot. I guess he doesn't like extra revenue from the playoffs. Mike Singer is about to come back. Gretzky extends with LA for 3 more years at $2.49 per season. Then Deg signed, like I said, Hébert signed, so I offered them extensions. And then I'm giving Randy McKay number 15. There you go. Alright, so now we are playing the Devils. So let's see. Yep, so we are playing the Devils. In the scrapped playthrough, we lost that game 7-4, so let's see what happens here. Alright, so they're sending Maritime Brother, and we're sending Extol, so that's the exact same matchup that was when I attempted that earlier. Well, I think I preferred the first result. We lost 7-4 in the first attempt, we just lost 8-3. So, yeah, okay. At least we know that, you know, the results are not predetermined. I didn't lose 7-4 again. I did worse. Alright, so we were outshot 37-26. First star of the game was Brian Rolston with a hat-trick, 3 goals. Claude Lemieux, second star, with a goal and 3 assists. And Steve Sullivan, third star, with a goal and 3 assists as well. Zardy Zalewski scored on the power play from Yashin and Alfredson. Lonnie Loach scored from Yashin and Alfredson again. And Kalle Johansson from Vladimir Wojtek and Lonnie Loach. And those were all of our goals. Ooh, another angry person at the media. Pat Quinn this time. I guess the Vancouver Canucks are on a bad stretch, although they have a really good record, 34-23-7. I guess maybe they just lost a few games in a row. Oh, poor Andrew Castles. He was up to 21 games in the prior recording. Now he got stopped against the Panthers, so his point streak ended at 18 games. Alright. Wow, did I just see Manon Réaume in the... I did. I just saw Manon Réaume in the scouting reports. Manon Réaume, of course, was that female goaltender that played an exhibition game for the Tampa Bay Lightning back in the 90s, so she's in the game. That's kind of cool. Alright, so Stéphane Morin and Yvon Corriveau are on waivers. I am not picking them up. Alright, so Yann Laperriere in St. Louis is not being suspended. Brendan Shanahan tallied 600 points in his career with a couple goals. That's pretty good. Jeff Odgers has been suspended for 3 games. Joe Nieuwendyke's assist streak ended at 8 games. Yeah, Manon Réaume is right there. That's interesting. All right. Tony Amonte extends his goal streak to 6 games with a goal against the Devils. It's pretty good. And the Devils are offering me Sheldon Souray for Vladimir Wojtek, and I think I'm gonna say yes. Sheldon Souray, yeah, 2.5 star potential. Yes, I say yes to this. Thank you. Alright, now I'm gonna need to get somebody up to take his spot. What about Mike Selinger? I guess I can recall him. He's still day-to-day, but he doesn't have to play. He's gonna be there. All right. Awesome. I got myself another good potential defenseman. Oh yeah, that's true. There's something I wanted to show to you guys, and it's Brian McCabe. So I noticed that before shooting the video. If you look, he's at 4.5 star potential right now. Now, is he going to reach that? I don't know. And it's probably part of my universe where he's seen as having such a great potential now. I think that 4.5 star potential for Brian McCabe, real life Brian McCabe, is a little high. I mean, he was good, but he wasn't like 4.5 star is superstar, so I don't think he was a superstar. So yeah, that's definitely going to help us if he can reach that potential. I don't know if he will, but I thought it was really interesting to see that his potential grew that much. I mean, he's projecting to be a more impactful player than Alexei Yashin right now, and Yashin is really scoring a lot of points and everything. So definitely interested to see what's going to happen with Brian McCabe. I really hope that he's going to develop to 4.5 stars. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. Alright, Rich Sutter. Alright, so Steve Yzerman had a great night with a hat-trick, 3 goals. And Thomas Sandstrom has a memorable game with a hat-trick as well, 3 goals. Alright, we are going to be playing the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh. It's going to be pretty tough. We are 5 points back on the Flyers. We really need a win here. So let's go, guys. Although Pittsburgh is probably going to really outshoot us really badly. We lost 2-0. We couldn't even get a goal. So Pittsburgh outshot us 48-17. Gieba, first star of the game despite the loss with a 46 save performance. Zardy Zalapski was the second star, even though he didn't get a point, obviously. And Mario Lemieux, third star with a couple goals. Alright, Salinger should be coming back soon. And oh, Chicago deals John Casey to Florida. So John Casey and Steve Kelly are going to Florida for Kip Miller. Now Florida already had pretty good goaltending, so I'm not sure what they're doing that for. Maybe they're gonna trade one of their goaltenders. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. Alright, big game for Tony Granato. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Pretty good game for him. Memorable night for Dave Andreychuk. He had 3 goals and an assist for 4 points. In an 8-1 trouncing of the Mighty Ducks. Doug Bodger has a good game as well. In that same game, he had a hat-trick as well, 3 goals. Alright, and we are coming back. And then there's been a trade between the Bruins and the Red Wings. So Mike Eastwood and Clayton Beddoes are going to Detroit. Ooh, for Keith Primo and Joaquin Gage. Yeah, the Bruins got the best out of that. Keith Primo is a pretty good player. Man, Boston's getting good. I mean, Mike Eastwood is not a terrible player, but, you know, Keith Primo is much better. Wow. Pretty interesting to trade there. Alright, so we are playing the Montreal Canadiens. They are struggling as well. They are 25-31-8. We actually have 1 more point than them. That always feels good when you look at the standings, and the Ottawa Senators are above the Montreal Canadiens. and we lost 6-2. So as good as we did against the in February, we are really not starting March very good. All right, so let's see here. We were outshot 39-30. Kirk Muller with 3 assists was the first star. Mike Keane, second star with 2 goals and an assist. And Utila, third star with 2 assists. Norm McIver scored on the power play from Lonnie Loach. And then Scott Walker from Randy McKay and Sean Podine. And those were our 2 goals. Alright. Let me... I will need to pause this. I will be right back. Please excuse me. Alright, sorry about that. So we are back here and we're going to take a look at the news. So the Canadians passed us, so now I'm not happy. So they have 1 more point than us in the standings and we dropped to 10th. Of course, that start to the month is not very good. So Matt Sundin extends his point streak to 12 games, so now he has a nice little streak of his going. Alright, Jeff Hodgers is back from suspension in Anaheim. Nothing much more going on at the moment. We are going to host the Stars, who are doing worse than us. So the Dallas Stars are having kind of a tough season. They did change their coach too in the previous episode, if I remember correctly. I believe it was Dallas that got rid of Jean Perron. All right, so Johnny Wendyke extends his point streak to 12 games against the Blues. He had an assist. Now we're playing the Stars, of course. We had a 1-1 tie against them. That was in that month where everything was going really good for us, and that was one of the teams that I felt we could have beaten, and then we got a tie. All right, so let's go ahead and play the Stars. So they're sending Glennie Ely in net, and we're going with Guilbert, of course. And we lost 6-3. Oh boy, yeah, this month has not been kind to us. It's like they gave us all of our wins in one bunch in the month of February just to make us dream of the playoffs. Or maybe I really needed to go and get Steve Duchesne. Maybe that was what I needed to do. So lost 6-3. They outshot us 38-35. Hurlbut, a goal and an assist. First star Russ Courtnall. Second star 2 assists. And Yves Rassin, third star with a goal and an assist. So let's see. Randy McKay scored for us, assisted by Scott Thornton and Alexis Yashin from Brunet. And then Kelly Johansson scored on the power play, assisted by Brunet and Kevin Todd. All right. Warren Reichel in LA got suspended. He's going to miss 7 games. Dale Howard-Chuck keeps fans on their feet all night with 3 goals and 2 assists. Pretty good game. 10-2 win over the LA Kings. Wow, the Kings got trounced. Good game for Alexander Mogilny in that game as well. He had a goal and 4 assists. Matt Sundin's point streak ended at 12 games. All right, Jody L ready for team practice maybe. And Thomas Sundstrom hurt himself helping a friend move. You should know better, Thomas. Do that kind of stuff during the off-season. You're gonna get hurt. Jeff Sorowick, not gonna get this guy. Jody L ready already, maybe. And There's 5 days left until the trade deadline. I already made a couple trade. Oh, Roman Hammer got hurt. He's day to day. Okay. Who do I have as a backup that can replace him? Brian McCabe, yeah, sure. Mr. 4.5 star potential can go in there and shine. Alright, we are playing the Vancouver Canucks. They are 36-25-8. They have a really good season, and we lost 5-0, the only game against them this year. Hopefully we can score goals this time. We're sending Gieba, they're sending Bob Essensa. And we lost 6-2. No wins in March. We were so close to a playoff spot, and we cannot win a game. Of course, as usual, it seems my offense is, well, I mean, we're allowing 6 goals a game. That's also not going to help. It's not like we're all losing the games 2-1, but we're not scoring many goals either. That doesn't help. Alright, we did outshoot them 37-34, but still less 6-2. Pavel Bure had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Trevor Linden, 2nd star, 3 assists. And Jyrki Lume, 3rd star, a goal and 2 assists. So Deg scored on the power play from Yashin and Zalapsky. And McIver from Bunk and Yashin. That was it. Yes, we know that Bure did very good. We were there. Alright, Junior Van Dyke's point streak ended at 12 games. Oh, so there's been a trade between the Whalers and the Capitals. So Todd Krieger and Jan McNeil are going to Washington. So it's a return to Washington for Todd Krieger. For Pat Alenak and Mika Elomo. Alright. We are playing our next game against Tampa Bay. Luciano Borsato is available. I'm not going to pick him up. No one could stop Wayne Gretzky. That's a very true statement regardless of which game we're talking about, usually. Hat-trick, 3 goals for the great one. Suspension for Marty McInnes. Suspended for 1 game. Alright, and Joe Dial is ready to come back, so I need to send somebody down. Yeah, Ed Ronan has been pretty much useless. So we are going to send him down. I do not care if he gets claimed on the waivers. Alright, we are playing against Tampa Bay. They are 15-44-9, so they're really not doing good. We have won all 3 games against Tampa Bay so far this year. Alright, Pat Jablonski in net for Tampa, and we have Gieba. We finally won a game that we probably should have won too, so there's at least that. So finally won 5-3, so 5-3 win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh, they did outshoot us 36-33, but we got the win. Yashin was the 1st star with 2 goals and an assist. Marc Bergevin was the 2nd star with a goal and an assist. And Zardy Zalapsky for us, 3rd star with a 3 assist performance. So Loney Loach scored from Zalapsky. Deg scored from Yashin and McIver. Yashin on the power play from Loney Loach and Zardy Zalapsky. Yashin on the power play from Zalapsky, and Alfredson from Brian McCabe and Norm McIver. Senators lose Baker to torn ankle ligaments, out for 4 weeks. Alright, so Jamie Baker got hurt against Tampa Bay, and he's going to miss almost the remainder of the season. Well, that's not good. Alright, I need to recall somebody. Yeah, that's what I thought. I wish that you could, maybe you can and I don't know how, but I wish you could, like in the minors, look at the stats for the minors all in one screen so that it makes it easier. Alright, so I'd like to get a center up. It's probably going to be Zwartvadet. I kind of leaned on him in that regard. Matthias Johansson is having a decent year. Let's give him a shot. Let's switch it up a little bit. I mean, Zwartvadet didn't play all that much when he was in Ottawa. He did okay down here, but so did Matthias Johansson. Let's give this guy a shot and see if maybe he can become something. Alright, so Ryan McGill and Stéphane Morin on the waivers. Not gonna claim them. Let's see. John Rolhoff has been suspended for 6 games in Chicago. There was no suspension for Daryl Sidor, who plays for the Islanders now. That's true. Marty McInnes is back from suspension. Doug Gilmour extends his point streak to 12 games with an assist against the Canucks. Alright, there was a trade between Anaheim and Toronto. So Toronto sent Bob Carpenter and Jeff Ware to Anaheim for Jean-Jacques Daigneault. Alright. Now we are getting a trade proposal from the Red Wings. I doubt that they're offering us Fyodorov or something like that. Jason McDonald for Ed Ronan. Yeah, why not? I mean, Ed Ronan is not going to play for us anymore. His contract is expiring. Jason McDonald is younger. Why not? I don't have much to lose here. Alright. Matthias Johansson needs a number. He wants number 20. It's yours. There you go. Alright, now we are playing our next game in Florida against the Panthers. Panthers are 22, 36, and 11. Alright, Roman Amerlik might be coming back soon, and Colorado is reinstating the Team Kangaroo Court. Mike Huff is going to be the one that's going to catch a young one. Alright, playing in Florida. Let's see, what did we do against them? We lost 5-2 and tie, so we haven't even won against the Panthers this year so far. And we won in overtime, 4-3. So first win against the Panthers. We outshot them 39-24, so pretty good advantage there. Norm McIver was the first star with a goal and 3 assists. Kenny Janssen for Florida had a goal. He was a second star. And Alexander Degg, 3 assists for the third star. So McIver from Degg and Loach. Yashin on the power play. McIver was on the power play. Yashin is on the power play. 40 goals, so he might reach 50. He came so close last year from McIver and Degg, and then Yashin from McIver and Zvela. Not last year, but 2 years ago. And then in overtime, Lonnie Loach on the power play again from McIver and Degg. So we scored 3 power play goals. Florida paid dearly from their lack of discipline. Kevin Todd improved at left wing. That's great, but I am not re-signing you. That's your last year of contract, and that's fine with me. Alright, so Doug Gilmour's point streak ended at 12 games, so he was held pointless against the Red Wings. Mark Recchi, 600 points in his career. That's pretty good. He's only 28. So I have 2 trade proposals from the Flyers. So they are offering me Jimmy Pusher for Scott Thornton and Steve Brûlé for Persvartvadet. I think I'm gonna stick to Scott Thornton. I have a lot, well, not a lot, but I do have a few promising young defensemen. I have Brian McCabe, I have Sheldon Sorey, so I'm gonna go ahead and say no. And Pusher is not that big of a defensive prospect anyway, so at this point in time I need Scott Thornton more. And Steve Brûlé for Persvartvadet. What do I do with that? Gonna say no. Gonna keep Persvartvadet. Alright, this is the last chance to make a trade. I am not going to look to make a trade. We pretty much played ourselves out of a playoff spot. We are 11 points out. I already tried to trade to shop some of my players like Paul Cavallini, for example, and I got no offers for him, so we're gonna have to roll with what we have at this point. So I think we've pretty much made all of the trades we were gonna make this year. We got a few interesting pieces. Definitely building for the future. I think that next season we're gonna look pretty good. I think we're starting to turn a corner. I mean, technically we are. If we look at what the Sens did in real life, we're definitely getting there faster than they did. Maybe we're gonna win a cup eventually. That's obviously the goal. Strong night for Claude Lemieux. 3 goals and an assist against Boston. Roman Amerlik is back. That's good. And then there's been one last trade at the trade deadline between Dallas and Anaheim. So basically John McIntyre for Blaine Laker. So not overly big trade there. So I think that Boston probably made the biggest trade by getting Keith Primo. That's pretty awesome. And yet again, I mean, I know that, you know, the game engine doesn't really necessarily look at that and everything, but just the way that it turned out, yet again, it feels to me that Boston went and got a player that makes sense for Boston. You know, earlier, you know, a couple of years ago, they got Mike Ricci, and to me that made sense because he's kind of a Bruins player, and Keith Primo kind of fits. You know, he's kind of a big forward and everything, so he kind of fits into the mentality of the Boston Bruins, I think. So I find that very interesting that it happened that way. Alright, so they are sending Mike Dunham in net, and we are sending Gieba. How did we do? We didn't play Boston all that much. Tied 1-1, lost 4-2, and then lost 6-3. So we have not defeated the Bruins this year so far, and they are 37-28 and 5. And we lost again, 3-2. Alright, we did outshoot them 40-38, but that was not good enough. Adam Oates was the first star with 2 assists, Yashin second star with a goal and an assist, and Ray Bourque, a goal and an assist, was a 3rd star. So Brune scored from McIver and Yashin on the power play is 42nd from Loach and Zalapsky. Alright, and now we are playing the Whalers. We are 2-2 against the Whalers this year. Whalers are doing pretty good. They are 37-27 and 5 for 79 points. They are 5th in the East. So we are hosting the Whalers. They're sending Sean Burke, their #1 goaltender. We're sending Ron Extall, who has been playing backup this year. And we lost 4-3. So another loss. It's been an up and down season. Like, we had that really good month, and the other months were not that great. We were outshot 35-28. Randy Ladusa first star with a goal. Scott Thornton for us, goal and an assist. And Chris Dahlquist, third star with an assist. Oh wow, at one point we were winning 3-2 as well. So Thornton scored from Scott Walker and Radek Bank. Radek Bank from Kelly Johansson and Scott Walker. Brian McCabe from Kelly Johansson and Scott Thornton. So it's not the... Yeah, Yashin and Alfredson and everything had a little bit of a tougher game here. Doug Bodger is not suspended. Scott Stevens played in his 1000th game. Pretty good. And Andrei Kovalenko is the Avalanche player who stepped on the logo. Alright, so we have 4 more games before the end of the month. Red light stays on for Kent Manderville. 3 goals, so a hat-trick for Kent Manderville against New York, the Rangers. Gretzky got a point in 12 straight games with 2 goals. Nikolai Borchevsky in Toronto had a great game with a hat-trick, 3 goals. Mark Recchi extends his goal streak to 5 games, so pretty nice little streak. Passes on point for Mikael Nylander. He had 4 assists against the Capitals. And Sakic extended in Colorado 7 years at $2.35 million per season. So that's going to bring him to 33 years old. So we're starting to see long extensions too. That's something we weren't seeing very much in the first few years. Players were almost always signing for 1, 2, or 3 years. Now stars sometimes will extend for 6, 7 years. All right, we are playing Edmonton. We won the first game against Edmonton 5-1 in Edmonton. They are 25, 40, and 7. They are even worse than us. So, Canadian matchup. They're sending Steve Shields. We're sending Gieba. And we won 5-4. We outshot them 48-38. Run and gun game again. So Norm McIver was the first star with 3 assists. Kirk Maltby, second star with 2 assists. Sean Podine was the third star with an assist. So let's see. Alfredson scored his 14th from Lonnie Loach and Mike Seninger. Jody Hall scored from McIver and Sean Podine. Yashin, 43rd of the season from Daigle and Lonnie Loach. Alfredson scored on the power play from Kelly Johansson and Norm McIver. And Alexander Daigle scored the game winner, his 20th of the season, short-handed, assisted by Norm McIver, and that was a pretty good season. 20 goals for Daigle. That's good. Apparently getting some short-handed minutes there. All right, Kevin Dean and Paul Laus. I am not gonna get those guys. Great night for Mario Lemieux, who had 3 goals, so a hat-trick for him. Sergei Fedorov extends his point streak to 12 games with an assist against the Blues. Right, we are playing the next game at home against Philadelphia. It's too little too late for us. We are still 11 points behind. Sergei Fedorov's point streak ended at 12 games. He was held pointless against the Mighty Ducks. And Gretzky did extend his streak to 13 games with a goal and an assist against the Canucks. Alright, playing at home against Philly. They're still going with Jason Curry. We're going with Gieba. We lost 1-0. Well, that blows. So Curry first star with a 42 save performance, Gieba second star with a 36 save performance, and Zalewski third star despite not getting any points. We outshot them 42-37, and Mark Rickey was the lone goal scorer on the power play from Brenamore and Lamakin. 2 minutes and 33 seconds into the game, and that would be the only goal. Radek Bonk improves at left wing. Alright, 2 games left in the month. Jørgen Janssen was suspended in Calgary. He's going to miss the next 6 games. Wayne Gretzky, 14 games in a row with a point, 2 goals and an assist against the Oilers, former team. And Peter Klima did not get suspended. Joe Sakic extends his point streak to 12 games against the Sharks, 3 assists. Strong night for Ray Shepherd, who now plays for the Avalanche, of course. In that same game, he had 3 goals and 2 assists. Pretty good game indeed. And Claude Lemieux scored in 5 straight games. Alright, we are playing in Washington. Wow, Washington is really struggling. 12, 55, and 7. Wow. And we have beat them both times, 5-4 and 3-2. We lost 1-0 again. Wow. And against... I think it's the worst team in the league, or at least the worst team in the East. Wow, 2 games in a row where we couldn't score. Alright, so they outshot us 28-26. Kolzig was the first star with a 26 save performance. Daniel Alfredson, second star with no points. And Ristich, third star with an assist. So it was Petar Bondro scored in the second period, assisted by Dimitri Ristich. And that's it. Oh, we lost Zardy Zalewski to injury with a broken tooth. He's gonna miss 3 days. Okay, well, I'm not recalling anybody for 3 days. I mean, a broken tooth. You're playing hockey. That's like part of the day-to-day routine almost. All right, so I guess that gives Brian McCabe a little bit of an opportunity here. Wayne Gretzky has a strong game with 4 assists against the Flames. That makes it 15 games straight with a point. Warren Reichel is back from suspension. And Wayne Gretzky and Joe Rickey... Oh no, Brent Gretzky, sorry. Brent Gretzky and Joe Rickey pitched in at a local homeless shelter, so they are better people. Alrighty, last game of the month at home against the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, they've been winning a little bit lately and we've been losing, so now they're 6 points ahead of us. We need to win that. I don't want for them to get closer to Philadelphia and maybe get in the playoffs or something like that. So let's play spoilers here. They're sending Frédéric Chabot in net. Alright, we won 5-4. Silver linings. Alright, so we outshot them 30-26. Mike Sillinger was the first star with 2 assists. Jeff Smith, I guess. Yeah, Jeff Smith, second star with a goal and an assist. And Alexei Yashin, third star, a goal and an assist as well. Sean Podine scored from Alfredson and Loney Loach. Radek Bonk from Kevin Todd. Yashin from Sillinger and Tommy Shodin. Degg from Brunet and Sillinger. And Alfredson on the power play from Yashin and Loney Loach. So Yashin is close to a 50 goal and 100 point season, so that's not nothing. Alright, Bobby Dallas has been suspended. He's going to miss the next 4 games. Claude Lemieux scored in 6 straight games with 2 goals and an assist against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Alright, and we are simming one more day, and then we're gonna have April is gonna be right around the corner. So Bill Lindsay extends his goal streak to 5 games. It's pretty good. John Roloff suspension ends. Mark Messier tallied 1,500 points in his career. That's pretty impressive. Bob Carpenter was suspended in Anaheim. He's going to miss 3 games. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, Deg became more aggressive. Okay. Alright. And Claude Lemieux and Marty Brodeur, so both from the Devils, take the monthly awards. So the Devils must have had a really good record in March. Alright, so that's what we're looking like. We're gonna, well, first of all, we are probably 10th. So yeah, we are 10th in the league, not in the league, in the East. Not really a shot at making the playoffs. We're 12 points back with, what, 7 games left to go? Yeah, so, I mean, we would need for Montreal and Philly to lose all of their games and for us to win pretty much all of them, so that's probably not going to happen. So that was a nice push, but we just came up short. So we are 10th in the East. Now we're going to take a look at our stats. Alright, so like I said, Yashin is close to a 50-goal season and 100 points. He has 92 points on the season and 44 goals with 7 games to go, so it's definitely possible for him to get to 100 points. He's going to need a few good games, but it's totally possible. And then there's a huge drop-off. Then we're falling at Norm McIver that has 56 points in 75 games. That's pretty good. I mean, for a defenseman and everything, that's pretty good. And then Deg, 47 points in 72 games, and then, you know, it goes down and down and down. So Yashin is pretty much almost alone there offensively. I wish that I could give him somebody that's going to really be able to play with him. We might have to wait for Alfredson to develop further. That might be what happens. I don't know. We're gonna see what's there for free agency. Maybe some trades during the summer. See if we can maybe get a little bit more scoring, because that's still kind of my worry here. I like my defense. I like my goaltending for the most part, but we really could use a little bit more scoring. And if we look in the league, with roughly 7 games-ish to go for each team, Jagger has 67 goals. He's obviously first. Gretzky has 83 assists, and then Gretzky has 136 points. So he's taken over the scoring lead, 136 points, and Jagger has 135, so just 1 point behind. And Yashin is over there. He's 12th with his 92 points. That's not bad. Along with Brendan Shanahan there. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, so that's what it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and save this. So in the next episode, I'm probably going to do April and the playoffs. So that's my goal. It's a normal season. It's not a shortened season, so it's gonna probably fall just right in time and whatnot. So that's gonna be the plan. But for now, thank you for tuning in. As usual, if you've liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. That's always appreciated. And until I roll this game again, see you guys next time. Thank you.